Welcome back to TurnKey Futures Strategies. This is our Week 1 trading results breakdown, the very first week of live sim trading on our sim account. We started with $10,000, 21 fully automated strategies running across 6 different futures instruments, and one goal: prove that these systems perform in real market conditions the same way they performed across years of backtested data. This week we executed 7 trades across 3 instruments: Micro E-mini S&P Futures on MES, Micro Silver on SIL, and Micro Russell 2000 on M2K. 4 of those 7 were winners, 3 were losers. Net profit for the week, $371.60. That takes our sim account from $10,000 to $10,371.60. And more importantly, every single trade executed exactly the way it was designed to. Now let's break these down one by one. First trade of the week, and the first trade in the history of this account, was our ORBFade strategy on silver. Monday morning, the opening range forms, and our system detects a fade setup. The strategy enters short on SIL. If you're looking at the chart, you can see the opening range marked out by the indicator. That's our ORBFade indicator drawing those levels. The entry triggers right as price pushes above the range and then fails. Classic fade signal. The system goes short, places a buy stop above for protection and a buy limit below for the profit target. Silver rolls over, price drops through the target, and the system closes the trade automatically. $196.80 in profit. First trade in the books, and it's a winner. That's what happens when you build a strategy on thousands of back-tested trades and let the probabilities play out. Now here's where it gets real, because not every trade is a winner, and that's by design. Monday also triggered 2 ORB pullback trades on MES. Both were long entries. The first lost $46, the second lost $51. Combined, that's about $98 in losses on MES for the day. We didn't get usable video on these particular trades due to some recording issues on day 1, so I won't be walking through charts on these. But here's what matters. The system managed risk exactly the way it should. The trailing stop did its job. When market conditions shifted, the strategy recognized it and cut the position. That's not a failure. That's risk management working as intended. And here's the real story. After watching how these MES trades played out on Monday, I went back into the ORB pullback code and made adjustments. I tightened the entry criteria so the strategy cuts some of the losers, making higher quality trades. Then I ran that updated code through 75 months of backtested data across every market condition you can imagine: bull runs, bear markets, choppy consolidation, high volatility, low volatility. The result? Maximum drawdown cut in half. The strategy now filters out the lower probability setups while keeping the winners. That's the turnkey process. Observe, optimize, backtest rigorously, and only deploy code changes that improve performance across the entire dataset. We don't curve fit to one bad day. We engineer improvements that hold up over thousands of trades. Tuesday morning, the updated ORB pullback code is now running on MES. The opening range forms, price breaks out to the upside, and then we get the pullback the strategy is looking for. The system enters long on MES at 56.1650. On the chart, you can see the entry marked. The strategy buys on the pullback into the range after the initial breakout confirms direction. The sell limit is sitting above at 65.2650. That's our profit target, calculated from backtested data to hit the most profitable exit point across thousands of historical trades. Price moves up, and at 11:40 a.m., the profit target fills at 65.2650. 10 points on MES, that's $50 gross, $48.10 after commissions. Clean trade, textbook execution. The updated code took 1 trade instead of 2, and it was a winner. That's the difference between a system that's been optimized and one that hasn't. Same market, completely different result. Wednesday brings us back to silver, and our ORBFade strategy fires again. This is the second SIL trade of the week. Same setup. Opening range forms, price fades, the system enters short. You've seen this setup play out already on Monday, so I won't go as deep into the mechanics. But look at the result. $186.80 in profit. 2 SIL trades this week, 2 winners, combined profit of $383 on silver alone. The ORBFade strategy on SEL continues to be one of the strongest performers in our suite. Also on Wednesday, our RCReversal strategy triggered on M2K, the Micro Russell 2000. This was a short entry looking for a reversal setup. The trade didn't go our way, $9.40 loss. But look at that number, $9.40. On a $10,000 account, that's essentially a rounding error, and that's by design. Every one of our strategies has a built-in risk-to-reward ratio. The stop loss is tight, the risk per trade is controlled, and when a trade doesn't work, the damage is minimal. You protect your capital on the losers, so you're always in position to capture the winners. That's how you stay in this game long term. Last trade of the week, and it's another ORB pullback winner on MES. The strategy enters long, and this time I want to talk about how the exit works because you can really see it on this chart. Once the system is in the trade, two things are happening simultaneously. First, there's a profit target sitting above, a sell limit order calculated from our backtested optimal exit point. Second, there's a trailing stop below that's actively monitoring market conditions. If sentiment shifts and price starts moving against us, the trailing stop tightens and cuts the trade before the loss gets out of hand. On this trade, price moves up cleanly and hits the profit target, $48.10, same as Tuesday. The trailing stop never had to activate because the trade went straight to target, but it was there the whole time, protecting the position. That's what automated risk management looks like. You don't have to sit there watching every tick. The system handles it. So let's add it all up. Week 1, 7 trades, 4 winners, 3 losers. Total winning trades, $479.80. Total losing trades, $108.20. Net profit, $371.60. SIM account started at $10,000. Ending balance, $10,371.60. That's a 3.7% return in week 1. But the numbers only tell part of the story. What matters more is how we got here. Every entry, every exit, every stop loss, fully automated. No emotional decisions, no panic selling, no chasing trades. The system's executed exactly as designed, and when we identified an opportunity to improve, we did it the right way, through rigorous backtesting across years of data, not gut feelings. And that brings me to something I want to highlight because this is what separates TurnKey from everyone else. After Monday's MES losses, we didn't just shrug and say that's trading. We went into the code, analyzed the conditions that led to those entries, and asked, can we filter these out without sacrificing the winners? The answer was yes. We adjusted the ORB pullback entry criteria, then stress tested the new code across 75 months of market data. It cut the maximum drawdown by 50% while improving the win rate and profit factor. That's not optimization, that's engineering. This is a living system. Every week of live trading generates new data, new observations, new opportunities to refine. But we never deploy a change until it proves itself across thousands of trades in backtesting. That discipline is baked into everything we do at TurnKey Futures Strategies. That's week 1 in the books. $371.60 in profit, 3 of our 21 strategies firing across 3 instruments, and a code optimization that's already paying dividends. Next week, we'll be back with the week 2 results. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button, leave a comment. We release weekly trading updates every Monday, plus in-depth strategy breakdowns throughout the week. Check the links in the description for our full strategy suite on the NinjaTrader Ecosystem. This is TurnKey Futures Strategies. We build it, we test it, we trade it. See you next week.